They are literally saying to 1.3 million active duty service members not to defy the chain of command, not to follow lawful orders. Every single
refuse an illegal order, which is
they're suggesting, Nancy, that the president has given illegal orders, which he has not. Every single order that is given to this United States military by this commander-in-chief and through this chain of command, through the Secretary of War, is lawful.
New reaction from the White House this afternoon to this public service announcement from Democrats with military and intelligence backgrounds encouraging service members to, quote, defy what they're calling illegal orders. President Trump says that amounts to, quote, seditious behavior, which would be punishable by death. One of the Democrats, Colorado Congressman Jason Crow, seemingly unable to point out specifically what they were getting at in this video. Watch. What law are you talking about that's being broken in?
The protests at Lafayette Square in the first Trump administration, where he said, can't you just shoot them? Can't you just shoot them in the legs or something?
I'm asking specifically right now what you're talking about.
He's also threatened to send the military into Chicago and other cities.
When you see this video on social media, I think a lot of people scratch their heads and they say, what exactly are they talking about?
Martha, here's a novel idea. How about we actually prevent things from happening before they become a problem?
What
reminding them of their obligation
order from the commander-in-chief that we are asking our military to carry out are you objecting to?
Donald Trump has made a series of very disturbing comments and suggestions.
Big Weekend Show co-host Joey Jones joins me now, a Marine Corps veteran, and he served, as you know, in Iraq and Afghanistan. Joey, great to have you here. What went through your mind when you watched this original video here, and now you see this back and forth over seditious behavior?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, let me tell you, Martha, I watched that interview yesterday, and let me tell you on behalf of every veteran I know, what he did to you was try to use his service to somehow have leverage over you and insult you and act like you didn't have reverence for service because you're asking him questions about this video. That put flames through me for him to treat any journalist, but especially you, that way. So I just want you to know, on behalf of veterans, we appreciate you, and there's no question as to your reverence for military service because you ask a congressman, someone who chose a political life, why they made a partisan and political video invoking service members that are serving today. That video is one of those things that doesn't surprise me from Democrats at this point. You're talking about a group of people that have tried to impeach President Trump at every turn. You're talking about a group of people that would have you believe he incited a riot on January 6th. I guess they're in line with the BBC and just want to edit and cut through. So there is no limit to the amount of twisting and turning they'll do to put words in Trump's mouth or to use the hyperbole that every other American understands as somehow fact. And that's just a part of the partisan relationship that we're in. The danger here is that you're going to have 18, 19-year-old service members who don't understand the difference between I don't agree with the politics of this and this is an unlawful order. Desmond Doss didn't want to kill anybody, but there wasn't an unlawful order to go to war. So instead, they gave him a medic pack, and he went to war in World War II and saved 75 lives in one battle in Okinawa, I believe it was, and he won the Medal of Honor. There was no unlawful order involved there. And if Jason Crow thinks that going in as the National Guard and making sure that protests don't end up killing federal agents is an unlawful order, then he and his colleagues, no Marine in that video, by the way, can go and file a lawsuit or use their congressional powers to investigate. Telling people serving in the military that the orders they don't agree with politically are unlawful is a very dangerous game.
Well, thank you for that, and thank you for your nice comments. And I do have a lot of respect for service members, and I'm humbled by your service and the service of so many veterans that I've been honored to know. This is Chris Murphy. So now they're making this about the president's comments that, about seditious behavior and what the punishment is for seditious behavior. Caroline Leavitt was asked about this, and she said, no, the president does not believe that any of these people should be murdered, but he was calling out the seriousness of the vague nature of this call from all of these veterans in this video. Here's Chris Murphy.
Every Democratic member of the Senate and the House, their life is in jeopardy right now, especially those that were specifically targeted by this social media post. If you are a person of influence in this country, maybe it's time to pick a side.
And I want to quickly play Chuck Schumer because he's on this same bandwagon as well. Watch.
The President of the United States is calling for the execution of elected officials. He is throwing a match into a country filled with political extreme gasoline. I have asked the Capitol Police to give special protection and keep an eye on Slotkin and Kelly as well, because you got to worry after the president says these things.
Your reaction to this, Joey?
Yeah, this is one of those things where I believe the president probably did exactly. They were trying to bait him, and he fell into it. He didn't need to tweet that. And it's not that I wholly disagree with him, the idea that they're going into seditious behavior. It's just it gives them so much cannon fodder for their partisan attacks in this type of conversation. Nothing about that tweet was calling for their execution. It was letting them know, hey, this is a really serious matter. More than anything, you might get young men and women dispelled from the military for thinking they have the right to disobey orders all the time. I mean, you're really putting young lives at risk as far as their future goes. That's what's really difficult about this. And listen, when it comes to the veterans in that video, even Jason Crow, I don't think any of them are real pipe hitters. I mean, guys and gals that go to war and see their friends die and understand it, it's hard for me to believe. I know Jason Crow was a Ranger and he deployed, and I don't know what his military background is, but maybe he was just half asleep through all that. Maybe he had some sort of epiphany that changed his character. But the real pipe hitters out there understand what they were doing in that video, and there's no way in hell somebody like me or any of my peers would do something like that. I mean, you're talking about a group of people who, listen, they say that there's people in the Pentagon that are concerned about these orders. You know who those people are? They're the ones that came in on the DEI train that are concerned about their job. When it comes to the men and women that are fighting wars, they're concerned about having the proper funding, the proper support, and leaders that will have their backs when things go awry. And I think they've seen that's what's happening right now in the military. This idea that something President Trump said off the cuff or maybe was accused of in a book somehow gives them a blanket to tell everybody to disobey orders, Martha, that's dangerous.
I don't think anybody could say it better. Joey Jones, thank you very much. It's always great to have you with us. Thanks for your time today, Joey. We'll see you soon.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.